Erica alleges Mendeecees' drug dependency and illicit dealing are tearing their family apart. The storm had been brewing for months, maybe years. But it wasn't until Erica Mena stepped forward with her trembling voice and a raw heart that the truth started to bleed through the glamorous curtain of fame, love, and reality TV illusions. The beginning of the end. Once hailed as one of the most resilient couples to rise from the reality TV trenches, Erica Mena and Mendeecees Harris had always showcased a carefully polished image, sometimes chaotic, sometimes blissful, but always captivating. Behind the lights and love scenes, however, Erica says a dark reality was unraveling. In a bombshell interview released on her social media live, watched by over 2 million in the first 24 hours, Erica held nothing back. "I've protected him for far too long," she began, visibly shaking. "But at some point, you have to stop loving someone more than you love yourself. My kids come first. My sanity comes first." And then came the words that sent shockwaves across the fanbase. Mendeecees has a drug problem. And he's back in the game. That street life. It never left him. It's tearing our family apart. A love tainted by secrets. Erica and Mendeecees' love story was never a fairy tale. They met during a time of reinvention for both. Mendeecees, fresh out of prison after serving time for federal drug trafficking, and Erica, recovering from a highly publicized split from Safari Samuels and battling emotional scars from years in the limelight. Initially, they seemed to heal each other. But according to Erica, that healing was a facade. At first, it was sweet, Erica said. He was focused, doing motivational talks, trying to be a better father. But little by little, I started seeing the signs. Long nights, weird phone calls, bags of cash stashed in random places. And the pills, oh my God, the pills. She claims Mendeecees began using opioids again, something he allegedly struggled with privately in his early 20s before his first arrest. He started with painkillers after a knee injury. Then it was Xanax for stress. Then came Oxy. And before I knew it, he was zoning out for hours, sometimes days. The worst part, she added, was that he thought he was hiding it well. But I'm not dumb. I've seen addiction. I've lived with addicts. And I wasn't going to let it consume my children's lives too. Illicit dealings in the shadows. While drug use alone would have been devastating enough, Erica says it didn't stop there. In fact, she claims Mendeecees' appetite for fast money and his need for control led him right back into the streets, into the very criminal underworld he once claimed to have left behind. He started disappearing for hours, meeting up with old friends who were supposed to be part of his past. Then came the phone calls. Strange coded conversations I wasn't supposed to hear. And when I confronted him, gaslighting, manipulation, lies. Erica insists she found stacks of unaccounted for cash, burner phones, and even digital ledgers with names and numbers that looked suspiciously like drug transactions. I have screenshots. I have voice memos. I'm not crazy. Friends close to the couple, who spoke anonymously, confirmed that things were off for months and that Mendeecees had been acting shady. Some claimed they saw him at late-night meetings in industrial areas of Atlanta, far from the family home and far from any legal business he was supposedly handling. If he wasn't dealing, said one associate, then he was definitely around people who were. And that's just as dangerous. The children are watching. For Erica, the tipping point came when she caught her 8-year-old son imitating his stepfather. He was walking around, pretending to count fake money, talking about drops and re-ups. I broke down. That's when I knew. This wasn't just a toxic relationship anymore. It was a toxic environment. And it had to stop. She claims that despite her attempts to shield her children from the madness, Mendeecees' presence was starting to infect the peace of their home. My daughter started having nightmares. My son stopped eating. I had to choose them over him. The day she kicked Mendeecees out, she says he screamed, cried, begged, and then flipped. He told me I was nothing without him. That I'd regret this. But I've already lived through my biggest regret, staying silent while he ruined our family. Mendeecees responds. Mendeecees, for his part, has denied all allegations through a now-deleted Instagram story. Don't believe everything you hear. People say wild things when they're hurt. I'm focused on my kids and my business. Stay blessed. But fans weren't buying it. Within hours, dozens of old videos surfaced showing him seemingly high, slurring words in podcast interviews, and disappearing mid-conversation. One video from just last month shows him in a club bathroom, eyes bloodshot, fidgeting uncontrollably. Erica wasn't lying, one fan commented. We just didn't want to see it. Legal ramifications and custody battle. As the drama escalates, so does the legal war. Erica has reportedly filed for an emergency custody review and is seeking a court-mandated drug test for Mendeecees. He can't be around my children like this. Not until he gets clean. Not until he proves he's changed. Lawyers on both sides are staying tight-lipped, but documents leaked to the Shade Room reveal that Erica is also requesting full legal and physical custody, citing endangerment through substance abuse and suspected criminal activity. It's a bold move, and one that could cost Mendeecees dearly. He's not just risking jail, said a former family court attorney. He's risking his entire parental future. Behind the glam, a woman's pain. Through all the chaos, Erica says she isn't looking for revenge. She just wants peace. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. But I never brought drugs into my home. I never put my family at risk for the sake of status or money. She paused, tears streaming freely. I loved that man. I still do. But love isn't supposed to hurt like this. Fans, friends, and fellow reality stars have flooded Erica's inbox with support. Even former rivals have come forward, applauding her bravery. It takes guts to expose the truth when the world wants you to smile and pretend, wrote Love and Hip Hop alum Canyon Santana. You did what many couldn't. The bigger picture, addiction and fame. Mendeecees' alleged relapse has sparked a larger conversation around the pressures of fame, re-entry after incarceration, and the triggers that drive men, especially black men, back to the street life. Addiction specialists say that reformed offenders often face societal obstacles that push them back toward crime. The fame, the expectations, the financial instability, it can all be overwhelming, says Dr. Carla Jennings, a therapist who works with former inmates. Without a strong support system and real therapy, many spiral again. For Erica, the betrayal lies not in the relapse, but in the lies. If he had come to me, admitted it, asked for help, maybe things would be different. But he chose to lie. He chose the streets over his family. What's next for Erica? With her children by her side, Erica says she's focused on healing, not headlines. She's started weekly therapy, is launching a wellness podcast for women who've survived toxic relationships, and has plans to write a memoir tentatively titled, Broken But Not Bitter. I've been through hell and back, and I'm still standing. That's my victory. She says she's also considering legal action to protect her name and image from any retaliation. I will not be silenced. Not by shame. Not by fear. Not by a man who couldn't love himself enough to stay clean. Final thoughts. Erica's revelations are more than a celebrity scandal. They're a window into the silent suffering so many women endure behind closed doors. Her courage to speak out against drug abuse, emotional manipulation, and the slow unraveling of a family structure is resonating with thousands. I didn't speak out to hurt him, she concluded. I spoke out to save myself. Whether or not Mendeecees owns up to the allegations, one thing is clear, the truth, raw and unfiltered, is out. And in a world of reality TV where masks are the norm, Erica just became the most real star of all.